In this episode of Harley Quinn, Harley and Batgirl are trying to find out who could have possibly killed Nightwing. In the beginning of the episode, they have a funeral for him, and throughout they are trying to discover who's behind his death, and it could lead to the Legion of Doom. And most importantly, it could lead to a connection with Poison Ivy. Now, Poison Ivy is trying to find a way to get rid of her PR team, as they have logins to her social media saying stuff that she hasn't said, and she's getting sick and tired of their antics. So she tries to make good with the team that she used to have in the previous episode, and they both form a team together to try and go up against the PR team. You know that I'm not that big of a fan of the last episode, and I thought it was pretty lackluster, though the ending did leave an impression on me. And this episode just, man, it brought me more excitement and more joy than the previous one, because this is a lot more entertaining, the story's a lot more engaging, the humor is a lot better and darker and gorier as ever, and all in all, this is just a much more fun episode to watch. Trying to watch Harley Quinn sort of be like the one person trying to keep everyone in line, while Batgirl is having an emotional breakdown throughout and is not thinking straight except for who to blame, while Harley Quinn is still trying to look into the facts and who could really be behind the whole thing. And there's going to be spoilers in this review because I want to talk about some stuff that I found really interesting. One of the big spoilers here is that Joker, who we see throughout this season, is slowly starting to lean back into villainy. And with the acknowledgement and approval of his family, he has decided to fully return to his villainous state and become Gotham's greatest foe against the Batman once again. Which then, by the end of the story arc with Batman and Harley Quinn trying to figure out who's behind Nightwing's death, they go into the Legion of Doom to try and interrogate anyone who could have been involved, like Toyman or Poison Ivy, while Batgirl is getting drunk at a bar and starting fights and beating all the villains there. Joker comes out of nowhere, announces his return, all while telling us that he was responsible for the death of Nightwing right in front of Barbara's face. And this has caused a rift in the Bat family. We see that these two characters have not been on the best of terms in this episode, understandably so, Harley Quinn and Barbara. And I feel like this is the moment where they have truly separated as both friends and family. It seems like Harley Quinn has now been ousted from the Bat family entirely. And not only that, there is a clone of her somewhere. This could be Clayface pulling a prank on her, or it could be someone else, probably Clayface. I am very interested to see where this goes, because this episode and how it leads off with Joker now returning and the Bat family now separated, seems like Harley Quinn is on her own now. Maybe she has to do the Bat work herself. This episode just leaves a lot of room for thinking about what's going to happen next, and that's because the story itself here is very engaging. I love seeing Harley Quinn do the detective work this time around and trying to keep everyone in line. The Poison Ivy stuff, while still not as entertaining, I actually found enjoyable. The fact that her new team, or in this case her old team that she replaced with her PR team, are going up against her PR team, and the PR team are able to separate into different entities and then form together as a giant kaiju-sized PR person, and then there's a giant kaiju battle with the PR team and Poison Ivy's team. Like, that whole scene there was just so entertaining, so crazy. I loved it. That's the kind of shit I want to see more of. Overall, this episode was just a blast to watch. It's so much fun. The characters are entertaining. The humor is on point. You just have it on this episode. This is one of my favorite episodes of this season so far, and I'm very much looking forward to what happens next. Thank you guys so much for watching. People like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.